All right. So I just watched Purple Hearts on Netflix. Let's talk about it. By the way, guys, this is the room that's going to be my new studio. I'm in Oceanside, California now. I'm going to be setting it up starting tomorrow, so bear with me as I do that. And regular uploads to the Scuttlebutt Show will be starting again in no time at all. All right, this movie, Purple Hearts on Netflix, which I covered the trailer when it broke, and details on this movie were kind of scarce. Apparently, it's based on a book. My question to the author of this book: who hurt you? Seriously, this movie is crazy with the messaging. It's totally confusing. We're going to get into it. So, this movie premiered on Netflix in the last weekend of July 2022 and focuses on a United States Marine, a junior Marine. And this junior Marine gets into a fake marriage to earn some money to pay off a drug dealer from some drama he had in his life before he joined the Marine Corps. And our female protagonist, Cassie, who's played by Sophia Carson, who also is the actual singer in this movie, by the way, she's really good, is trying to earn money so she can pay for her insulin because she has a type 1 diabetes. That is a message that kind of hits home with me because I think it's horrible that people out there can't get the drugs that they need to survive. That is kind of sad. Now, the movie picks up with Marines in 2021 who are about to deploy to Iraq for combat operations. Let's just pretend like that makes sense and we'll go with it. They head out to a bar out in town in Oceanside, California. By the way, this movie leans heavily into Oceanside, Camp Pendleton, all that. It doesn't shy away from, being direct with where they're focusing, who they're focusing on. This is like very San Diego, very Oceanside. So if the author had some association with that, it would make sense that they would heavily lean into the scenery instead of making it some kind of like random, it could be anywhere America military base. It is definitely Southern California. Cassie plays she's a bartender. She plays a singer, very talented. She meets Luke, our main character, played by a guy named Nicholas Galitzine or something like that. They have great chemistry on screen together. No complaints there. They hate each other at first because he's like, conservative, almost like country boy American, even though his dad was a Marine and he lives in Southern California his whole life. And she plays like an activist, independent thinker, singer, progressive, and they clash. That's where the movie kind of goes off the rails for me. Not that there's anything wrong with that setup. It's good. But the dialogue of this movie, if you guys know what exposition is, it's where the characters basically say what's happening in the scene. I'm a girl. I work at a bar. You're a boy. Yeah, I'm a boy. I have boy feelings. I'm a Marine. We're about to go on deployment. Deployment? You're about to go on deployment? I don't like that. Well, I don't care if you don't like it because I'm a dude. Like the exposition in this movie is just nonstop. They don't go with the show it, don't say it philosophy that a lot of movies do, which is kind of like a proper filmmaking style. They just go ahead and straight up tell you everything that's going on every step of the way in this movie, which I didn't really like. What is this movie actually about? The plot. So they go on this deployment to Iraq after getting their marriage done. Luke is injured. Some other people are killed, and he ends up coming back to the United States early. There's very little Marine Corps stuff in this movie. Just the slimmest bit of Marine Corps stuff in this movie. So he comes back and he has to rehabilitate from this injury sustained from an IED that he he stepped on while he was in Iraq. He comes back, he and his fake wife have to now, live together to sell this marriage to the Marine Corps so that they don't get in trouble. And it's through that process that they kind of fall in love and get their groove back, so to speak. There's a lot of weird stuff going on with that too. Like his dad was a former military police and he's trying to bust him, like bust his own son. He's trying to pay off his drug dealer who's like coming after his new wife and all this stuff, threatening to rat on him because he figures out the whole scheme. And she's dealing with diabetes, but also because she's a singer, her getting married to this Marine and him going on deployment inspires her like a muse to write these great songs, which by the way, are pretty good. I noticed the hair on my arm standing up a couple times watching this movie, listening to the lyrics, and she's singing them over, VTCs or video teleconferences to him while he's deployed. She starts headlining shows and music festivals and all this stuff. And so they're now navigating this like fake relationship with her, starting to prosper as a singer and him facing basically like no career as a musician, dealing with his dad who's trying to narc on him and this colonel in the Marine Corps who's taking a special interest in him and his marriage and trying to investigate him. The rest of the movie is, I'm not sure how I feel about it. Like, I can't tell if this movie, if you asked me if this movie is pro or anti military, I would say exactly. It's not clear. In many ways, it's very anti military because it shows how you could do, the right thing, even though it's against the rules, and end up paying the price for it. And the military doesn't care. They'll throw you under the bus, they'll get you killed, they'll deploy you, they won't take care of anybody. And on the other hand, the main character, Cassie, she falls in love with Luke and starts writing pro-American songs and saying that she supports the troops and all this stuff when her whole like activist side doesn't. What is the message of this movie? I really don't understand. By the end of it, spoiler alert, by the end of it, we've got Luke's been kicked out of the Marine Corps, dishonorable discharge, all that stuff. Cassie's a famous singer, and they go on to like a Abercrombie and Fitch commercial at the very end of the movie. What was the point of this movie? I really don't understand at all. With that being said, it's over 2 hours long, and I watched it straight through in one shot, which I didn't think I was going to do. It was better than I thought that it was going to be. Like you might say, if you watch this whole movie, you might say you didn't like it, but I challenge you there a little bit. Did you sit through a 2 hour plus movie and just watch it all the way through? It can't be that bad if you did. I've turned off movies before. If you turn off a movie, that's a bad movie. If you're able to keep it on and watch it and make it through the whole thing, it's at least that good. I don't know. I've seen all kinds of stuff on Facebook about this movie, who liked it, who didn't like it. Is it for the military spouse? Is it for the service member? Is it to highlight this whole thing about people rushing into marriage for the benefits in the Marine Corps? Is it about the rising price of drugs for patients in America? Is it pro or anti military? The messaging is totally confusing. The dialogue was totally garbage. The songs were totally good. And the movie, totally, at the end of the day, has me going, what was the point? Overall, I would rate this thing a 3 out of 5. Like, they could have done better. They could have done worse. If you're doing nothing else on a Wednesday night, maybe check it out. But that's just my 2 cents on it. I would love to hear what you guys think about Purple Hearts in the comments down below. I'm really curious. Uh, did you like it? Did you hate it? Do you know somebody who went through something similar? What was the point of this movie? Let me know. If you guys like this video, consider subscribing, giving it a like, all that stuff. It always, I appreciate it very much. Stay tuned for a lot more upcoming videos from the Scuttlebutt Show when I get this room built out to be my brand new studio. And maybe I'll be posting some stuff even from Camp Pendleton. So if you're out this way, feel free to reach out. If you see me out on base, feel free to say hello. With all that being said, I look forward to talking to you guys very soon. For now, that's the Scuttlebutt.